What's up, guys? Adam here, also known as Gamer Abroad, coming to you on my gaming channel, Gaming Abroad, and today I want to showcase this build that I came up on my own. It's called the Werewolf Poison build, and it's for Druid characters in Diablo IV. First of all, let's start with our skills. We'll take a look at the skill tree, and for my basic spirit generating ability, I have Claw, of course, because this is a werewolf build, and it's at rank 7 due to my gear. I went to Enhanced Claw, increase attack speed, and therefore the spirit regeneration, and Fierce Claw applies 338 poisoning damage over 6 seconds. Like I said, this is a poison build, and I focus primarily on poison. For my core skill, I'm using Shred. I have Shred at level 8 due to my gear. By the way, my character is level 60 also. I forgot to mention that. So I have Shred, spec'd into Enhanced Shred. Shred gains 30% attack speed and heals for 1% of your maximum life, and this is very important. This contributes a lot to my tankiness. This build is extremely tanky, and it's very hard to die with this build. Then Shred's third combo attack is larger and applies an additional 2,418 poison damage over 5 seconds. Now let's go on to our defensive skill. Defensive skill, I chose Blood Howl. This is for more survivability. As you see, I also have that rank 8 due to my gear. Spec'd into kills reduce the cooldown of Blood Howl by 1 second, which is handy. A lot of times when I do dungeons, I don't even have to use potions. And then I went to the top direction for preserving Blood Howl. Blood Howl also increases your attack speed by 15% for 4 seconds, which is good for spirit regeneration and crits and survivability since your shreds are gaining HP. Now, of course, as a poison build, for my companion skill, I went for Poison Creeper, which is also level 8 due to my gear. I went to here, which is not like you have a choice. As your first ability, Poison Creeper immobilizes, so that makes your people suffering the effects of crowd control. So for any damages, bonuses on your gear to crowd control enemies, this immobilize will provide that bonus. And then I went into Brutal Poison Creeper because I like crits, and this increases my critical strike chance by 20%. That's chance, not damage, against enemies strangled by Poison Creeper. Very, very nice. For my Wrath skill, I went continually with the poison route and went Rabies, where you can transform into a werewolf. Like I said, everything here is werewolf. Now, the Poison Creeper, of course, just applies more poison, and it spreads rapidly amongst the enemies. I want to keep everybody poisoned, so I keep my crits up and keep my regenerating of HP going. I took the only route, of course, you can go. And then from there, I went to Savage Rabies, and it will deal the damage of the entire poison in 4 seconds instead of 6. For my ultimate skill, which is subject to change, but I chose the Werewolf skill, of course. And the reason I initially went this way is because I needed an escape to get from all the explosions on the ground and all the bubbles of poisons and whatnot. But now it's a very, very handy way to escape, like I mentioned. And also, each time Lacerate deals a critical strike, it heals for 3% of maximum life. And when you're Poison Creepering and you have that 20% bonus chance and you go straight into your ultimate, you're essentially going to go from the bottom 1/3 of your life bar all the way to full in a matter of seconds. And then, of course, which also helps your tankiness, is Lacerate's initial strike is guaranteed to critically strike and deals 150% increased damage, therefore healing you up even further. And as my passive, I took Lupine Ferocity. Every 6 werewolf skill hit critically strikes and deals 60% increased damage. I really like crits. For my Paragon board, I have a glyph here that's very handy. I do almost 17% damage while in werewolf form. I have leveled it up just a little bit, and I gain 10% damage reduction while in werewolf form. And then for my next Paragon board, I went with the poison one. I'm not quite recalling what it's called, but so I can get this legendary node, which doesn't always take effect, because especially on boss battles, but you need to have 3 or more poison enemies nearby, which is the majority of the time, and I deal 45% increased damage. Now let's take a look at my gear. My gear is not optimized, so you of course will be able to optimize your gear even better than me. As an example, look at my helmet here, look at the aspect, the imprint, or whatever you want to call it. That has nothing to do with me. I don't even use the Fortify, and I don't even use our skills. So this is completely useless. I could actually imprint something there if I wanted to make it more useful. My armor piece makes Werewolf my true form, and I gain +2 ranks to all Werewolf skills. That's why you saw a lot of my skills at level 8, because 2 of those ranks are coming from this alone, because those are Werewolf skills, and I'm choosing to solely go with Werewolf skills. And lucky for me, Poison are generally Werewolf skills. And I'll quickly show you guys my other gear pieces. Core skills does an additional 7%, so middle roll on that. Increased armor. Armor is very important in this game. And increased armor every 4 seconds when you deal any form of damage. Now, I assume any form of damage also includes poison dots, but now I'm not so sure. I did some testing last night on a ring that regenerates spirit for forms of damage, and I tested it on a world boss, and my poison ticks did not, in fact, gain me 4 spirit, even though the ring said that I would be gaining 4 spirit every time I deal damage. However, the difference in this is this actually says any forms of damage, so I'm actually going to still need to test that. My boots are lagging behind, as you can see, on item power, but that's okay. And the aspects or the imprints or whatever you want to call them I have on there are just, they're just whatever. Becoming injured while crowd control grants me unstoppable, which is handy for survivability if I get frozen or whatever. Once I become injured, I can become unstoppable and then move out of it. It's very good for survivability. On my weapon, I have your companions gain the bonuses from Bestial Rampage Key passive. So let's take a look at that in case we forgot what that is. Bestial Rampage, after being in a werewolf for 2.5 seconds, gain 20% attack speed for 15 seconds. Very, very handy for spirit regeneration, and very, very handy for shred because you're in werewolf skill, and attack speed is more crits, therefore more damage, therefore more healing because you're going to be attacking poisoned enemies. And I'm going to showcase how tanky this build is and how quickly you regenerate HP. Let me get through this. Let's take a look at my other items. So on this one, I have an imprinted skill. Basic skills gain 24% attack speed. And the reason why I have that on there is for spirit regeneration. I want my basic skills to attack faster so I can shred more. For this ring, I have while dashing, shred seeks out nearby poisoned enemies and instantly dealing 66%, which is a low roll because it's 60 to 90%, as you can see, of the poison damage to them. Now this one helps me with my spirit regeneration a little bit. It's a unique ring I got pretty early on after leveling to level 50. I actually think the ring that I got earlier for every attack gains 4 spirit may actually be better. It feels a little similar, so I'm sticking with this ring for now just because it's unique, and the other ring I had was legendary. And this, on the amulet, is an imprinted skill. Basic skills grant 20% damage reduction for 3.8 seconds. And it doesn't look like that ability has a cooldown, so essentially as you're cycling back and forth between your basic skill and your shred, you're going to constantly be holding up 20% damage reduction. If there's anything that you guys can think of that I left out in explaining my build a little bit, please let me know, and I'll answer you in the comments. Please forgive me. This is the first time I've ever done a build guide for any ARPG. This is a build I completely came up with on my own, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. If you guys can do a small gesture like hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate that. I'm a full-time English teacher, so it takes some time out of my very limited time of day to actually sit down and play this game to make this video, and I want to share this with you guys. I think this is a very powerful, very tanky werewolf build. So now I'm going to showcase it to you guys. I'm going to go do a dungeon. I'm going to show you how effective this build is. By the way, as I select my dungeon to do, I just want to point out that I only have the Paragon points from 2 regions. One of them being Hawazar, and the other being Fractured Peaks. So that will give me the total of 8 bonus Paragon points. The other areas I'm still working on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a dungeon from one of those areas that I haven't done yet so I can continue grinding my renown. And it looks like here I have not done because I don't have this aspect. So let's do this one. And hopefully this is not one of those annoying dungeons where they have the ghosts. Ghosts are the most obnoxious, and I see skeletons, so it probably means ghosts and ghouls. But we'll see. As you can see, I got everybody poisoned. You can see the crits stack. You can see the crits rolling in. I'll try not to talk too much, let you guys just observe. The rotation is very easy. I'm going to left click in order to generate my spell like that, and then I'm going to switch over to my Q because I've respected my buttons a little bit and just shred and watch them all blow up. And as you can see by looking at my damage, if you follow my health bar, you'll see that as I fight this elite, I'm just going to stand here and take everything he puts out, and I'm not going to get hurt by it. We're going to regenerate our spirit. Actually, if he does that thing, I will dodge that because that makes him gain life, and I hate that. But I'm going to do this entire dungeon without hitting a single potion. I mean, look how they just explode on those crits. My basic attacks also spread poison. But that was just all basic attacks right there. If I start getting a little worried about my health, I'm going to hit my right click. And that's going to do my roar. What's that called? Blood howl. And that's going to heal me up. I'll go and do it now to demonstrate. I play a lot with my friends, and one thing that I've noticed from playing with them is they have to use potions a lot. They even sometimes die a lot, to where I will not. We were just doing a tier 19, which is a level 72 dungeon, and they were dying, and I was not, because of the regeneration on this. Now it's off cooldown, so I mean it doesn't hurt. Let's just bring our health back up to max. No potion needed. So my spirit's all the way up, so I'm just going to hold Q. He's already poisoned. Let's regenerate some spirit. Let's hit him with a poison creeper. Keep him poisoned. Now I'm not even proccing my extra 40% damage right now for having enemies that are poisoned nearby, because I'm just a single elite. But not a problem. The damage is not an issue. Staying alive is not an issue. I'll even tank this. No problem. Heal up with my right click. Oops, just got to get myself in there so I can hit him. Alright. One thing I do deal with or struggle with in this game is remembering where my mouse pointer is. I'll be trying to click a guy that's beyond the pack and I'll end up not doing any kind of damage. Let me know if that happens to you guys too. So it looks like we need to destroy the construct. Oh, did I get hit by something? So I'm getting stunned a little bit here. Let's spread our poison around so we can do that damage. That I actually have to move out of because I cannot attack at all when I'm standing in that. Let's get back in there. Let's spread our poison around. Get that damage going. I even forgot to look at my health bar during that. I have died a couple times due to laziness, because I get so used to being so tanky to where I just completely stop watching my health bar and I'll watch cartoons or something on my second monitor. And then, oh, oops, I died. How'd that happen? So pay attention a little bit. You're not invincible. But I would recommend this build for hardcore characters, but I wouldn't recommend playing this game on hardcore characters because the disconnects have been a little annoying lately. I guess I have to go find bloodstones. Let's go this way first. One major complaint about Diablo IV I've been hearing a lot from a lot of people, and I kind of agree with it, is the amount of backtracking done in these dungeons. And yeah, it is kind of annoying. But it's such a great looking game. Just taking the sights, taking the ambiance of the sounds. Or do like I do and watch some cartoons on the second monitor. Let's recharge that spirit. Let's just hold down Q. I'm vulnerable right now. I just stand in everything. Doesn't matter. My regeneration is so good. Must be a bloodstone. Indeed it is. You can see it on my back. One thing that's bad about this build... Oh, I just lost connection. Now these are the disconnects I've been talking about. They've been happening somewhat frequently. I have not been usually losing dungeon progress, so let's just relog in and start off where we're at. I was actually kind of worried that that might happen too. Let me know if you guys are feeling... Let me know if you guys are experiencing the same frequency of disconnects in the comments too. I'd really like to know about that. Which dungeon was I doing? It's this one, wasn't it? It was. By the way, Blizzard servers, or Diablo IV servers, just took a gigantic poop. Myself and all of my friends got logged out. I even had some friends that I wasn't currently playing with message me on the social media app here in Vietnam, asking me if I was able to log in the game. So the servers did take a big crap for, it lasted like 10 minutes, wasn't that bad. The servers took a crap and then I went and took a crap myself. Alright, let's head back in. Usually when this happens, you won't lose complete dungeon progress, but you will lose map progress, meaning that the Fog of War will return. So as you can see, the Fog of War has returned, but as you can also see, there are no enemies because I killed them all already. So while annoying, it's not devastating. It's a little bit of a waste of time. Time is very valuable in people's lives. And if you take somebody's time, you're essentially murdering some of that time from them. Right? I don't know if I'm being a little drastic there, but it makes sense to me. It's time you'll never get back. Lucky for me, I could sit here and talk to you guys, so I don't feel like I'm wasting my time. Now we have to go find that bloodstone, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the ground where I died. Or where I disconnected. I didn't actually die. The disconnects that I showed you is one reason I will not play hardcore. Now, while 9 out of 10 disconnects, probably even more than that, you don't actually die. You were able to revive, but one time I did have an actual disconnect. I was playing with a friend, and I said, I just DC'd, and 1 second later he told me that you also just died. Looks like we found our bloodstone. Alright. Oh, I have to stop and pick this up too. Conduits and artilleries are my favorite shrines. Let me know your guys' favorite shrine too, but I just have a feeling it's going to be conduit and artillery. I feel like I'm wasting it a little bit. Because I lost map progress, kind of forgot which way. So let's go down here and turn to my character's right. Anyways, I'm going to quiet down now because I have the tendency to ramble. I love to talk. And let you guys just show how easy the build is. And enjoy the rest of the dungeon. And like I said earlier, if you guys can do a small gesture by hitting that subscribe button, I would really, really appreciate it. It would give me all the warm feelings inside and would encourage me to do more build guides and more Diablo IV content. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it. Look at that handsome werewolf. As you guys can see, I'm not even using my ultimate that much either. Should just start using it for the sake of it. I originally started using it, as I said earlier, as an escape. I'm going to tank that. I'm not worried about it. Heal up for free. And crits actually reduce the cooldown on that heal too, making you even extra tanky. I'm gonna tank everything, guys. I'm not even worried about it. Taking my heal. Go ahead and destroy these because I feel like I have to. I feel like there's going to be some sort of dire penalty if I don't. That actually might be dodgeable, I'm not sure. I'll tank all those, not a problem. Not even using my heal because my attacks on a poison enemy are healing me right back up. Not a problem, guys, as you can see. Going to use my ult while he's vulnerable. I don't know if he's actually vulnerable, but he seems to be bowing down to me, as he should, because I am a werewolf, and he should bow down. Let me know in the comments, too, your guys' class, because I'm looking to start a second class, and I'd actually like to know what I should start. Even though I feel like I should take this class to level 100. I haven't even hit World Tier 4 yet. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Did I already have the aspect here? Ah, here it is. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my Werewolf Poison build for Druid in Diablo 4. You guys are awesome, and I hope you guys stay that way.